Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a good Monday. I don't know if you can hear that hitting on top of the shed roof, but yeah, unfortunately, we got rain. Makes it bad again. So anyway, back here in the shed, I've actually been talking to my dad this morning, and the tire company is heading out our way, hopefully here sometime this morning, or they might be on the road now heading our way. Here on this 4955, we're going to put new back tires on it. As you can see right here, the inside tires got quite a bit of road wear. You can see there's not much there. I'd say that's probably about 20% left, roughly. On the duals, I'd say maybe about 35 to 40, give or take a little bit. These are the old Firestone 23 degree, right there. And we are actually going to be replacing them with Michelin. These tires have been on this tractor ever since we got it back in 2003. You can see on the right hand side here also, they're basically all the same all the way across. And the date code, if I can find it. Okay, I'm not seeing it. You gotta hunt for them dumb things. It's usually on one side of the tire or the other, so let's go over here to this dual. Okay, right there. 28, if you can see that, 28.9. And our tire guy told us that that's the 28th week of 1999. He told us coming into the 2000s, they went with a 4-digit date code, and so that's how you can tell the date code on it. Give you an example. These front tires we put on new just last year. These are made by Midas, and we really like these. We actually have this Midas tire on both of our 4840s, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. But back to the date code, if I can find it. It's usually on sometimes it's on the left-hand side of the wall casing. Other times it's on the right-hand side of the wall casing. I was just going to try and show you that setup, what they do. However, I can't even find it. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Okay. See that right there? 4420. And so this tire was manufactured the 44th week of 2020. And so that's just a little date code information. But like I say, we got this tractor back in 2003. It's got 11,600 hours on it, so it's a high-hour tractor. It's 1989. Still runs good, though. And so, but like I say, we're going to put Michelin tires here on the back of it. We were going to actually take and put the Midas tire, just like what we got here on the front, on the back. However, they had both Michelin and Midas on hand, and surprisingly, the Michelin tire was about $90 cheaper per tire, which was actually a shock, because he told us that the Michelin tire, as far as the quality, he said when it comes to agriculture tractor tires, he said Michelin is basically top of the line. He said you do not get any better than that. And so, like I say, surprisingly, Michelin was $90 cheaper per tire than the Midas. And it's always been the other way around. That's why we have gone with Midas, because they've always been cheaper on price. And so, like I say, hopefully This tractor's going to be getting a brand new set of Michelins, all four of them all the way across. I have a guy over in northern Illinois. I advertise these tires here on a John Deere Facebook group. And I had a guy get back with me from northern Illinois, and if everything works out, I'm going to sell these old tires to him. Since these inside tires are worn down pretty good, you can see especially on the inside tire, on the inside part of the tire, it's got quite a bit of wear, mainly from the road berm. You can see there's not much there. And so that's probably actually less than 20%, maybe about like 15. And so I put them up for sale, $500 for all four tires. That's a pretty good deal. Like I say, you're basically buying the two duals because they're still decent, and you get the two inside tires thrown in with it. And he told me that he's actually going to put it onto another John Deere 4955. So it goes from one 49 to another. And like I told you, we have run Midas tires for quite a few years now. This 4840 here that we pull our corn planter with, it's a 1982. We put these tires on several years ago. And let me see if I can find the date code. I'm guessing it's probably been anywhere from 5 to pretty near 8 years ago now, if I remember correctly. And I came trying to hunt around here for that dumb date code. I can't even find it. Usually when you want to find it, you can't. Oh, right there it is. Not sure how well you can see that, but right there at the end of my finger, 0413. So that tire was manufactured the 4th week of 2013. And like I say, these were actually the first Midas that we got. And we've been happy with them. You can see they got good deep tread to them. Let me tell you something, these things will dig in and pull. And like I've said in my other previous videos, this 4840, the fuel pump's been turned up on it. And factory rating, according to tractordata.com, is approximately 180 horse on the engine horsepower. But this one here, like I say, this tractor has been turned up, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's not cranking 225. Because if you get pulling something, for example, and you hit into a hard spot, the engine will not pull down. It'll dig it'll just start digging itself down before it ever pulls the engine down. And before you know it, you'll be on the drawbar. And so you don't exactly want that. But like I say, we've had good luck with these tires. We've been happy with them. And on this 4840, we got this tractor at the end of 2020. A good friend of my dad's was retiring, and actually take that back. He had retired, I think 2017 was his last year of farming, it seems like. And so this tractor actually sat in his shed for a couple years just doing nothing. And so we got this tractor from him at the end of 2020. And when we got it, it had the standard size for a John Deere 4840, 18.442. Well, we wanted the drawbar height to match that 4840 and the 4955, because the 4955 has 20.842s and that 4840 has 18.446. And the 18.446 is the same height, just a little bit narrower, but it's the same height as the 20.842. Because you can see, you got just a little bit more space between there. And so on this one here, the tires that were on it were Firestone. I think they were called a Firestone Deep Tread. And they were practically like new. And he gave us a really good trade-in deal on it. And so these here, as you can see, Midas. We took those tires, we had them take those Firestones off and put 20.842 tires on. And by doing that, we were able to keep the same size rim. We did not have to change rim. And you got the same height. Because, like I say, the original tire was an 18.442. These are 20.842. However, as you widen a tire out, you gain the height goes up, and so we're still a 42-inch tire. It's just that, like I say, as you make a tire wider, it gets taller. And so we put these on, and as you can see, well, right there's my hand basically standing at the base of that tread, and you can see right there how deep those lugs are. And so these things here dig in and they bite on both sides. You can see them over there. And like I say, we've had good luck with the Midas tire. And if it wasn't for the price difference, we were actually planning on putting Midas, like I say, on that $49.55. But when he told us that the Michelin were about $90 a tire cheaper, we just figured, well, we'll go with the Michelin. He said the tread pattern is still basically just like that Midas. And with the Michelin tire, that's the Cadillac of tires, and so can't beat that deal. And so I've got to get this tractor fired up, turned around, and pulled back into the shed. In fact, tell you what, I'll just put you in my pocket, let you all right along. Like I say, we got this 49.55 in 2003. We got that 48.40 right there that you just saw on the corn planter. We got that one in 2007, the same year we got that corn planter. Oh, quick side note. These front tires, those are a 16.5 by a 16.1. Both of the 48s have those. Let me tell you something, I like them big fat tires. They work great. It gives you good flotation. In fact, our tire guy said that he had never seen a 5-rib tire. He's only ever dealt with and seen 4-rib, like what that one's got. And if I remember right, the guy we bought this tractor off of, he's actually a neighbor of mine. He said that he took these tires off of I think it was an old John Deere 7720 combine. And that makes sense. I have seen some of the 7720s and 8820 combines with big fat tires like that. I even had a guy on one of my Facebook groups call these tires big buns. Like I told him, and I told lots of other people, I've never heard of a big fat tire being called that before. But it gave us all a good laugh. And so I'll put you all in my pocket, that way you can ride along. I'm not going far, just going out, turning around, and pulling back in. Yeah, as you can see, we got some rain out there. A few mud puddles around. Yuck. But, hey, it's all part of farming. Okay, right there's the hour meter. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, that's not 1,631 hours. It actually ran out of digits because it went back to 0 and started over again. That's actually 11,631 hours. Like I say, it's a high hour tractor, but it's run good. I've seen pictures of other guys who have John Deere tractors running anywhere from 12 to 15,000 hours, still running good. And this tractor, before we got it, it had been overhauled. I think just an end frame. They did not take the block out of the frame, but they had overhauled it, and so that did help. But I do not have it plugged in. It's probably about, right around about 40 degrees outside. But this thing usually starts pretty good, as long as you hit that ether button. Hey, there we go. But what I want to do is I want to turn this thing around, because with this rain coming down, looks like just right now, just looking into the mud puddles, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of raindrops right now, but we've done it before. We'll just have the tire guy, he can just pull his big service truck right inside the shed and work inside the shed. Okay, I'm seeing a few little light misty drops hitting here on the window. Okay, I'm just going to take and leave this tractor sit right here, kind of right in the middle of the shed, because I'm not exactly sure. There we go, and go ahead and show that thing back off. I'm not exactly sure how he'll want to start off working on these tires. And so once he gets here, I can talk to him, and then we may need to take and kind of turn the tractor one way or the other, and or by seeing it in the middle like this, he could just kind of pull up here on an angle behind it, because I think generally he works off of the left-hand side of his truck, because that's where his air compressor hoses and that kind of stuff, they all come off the left-hand side. And like I said, we'll take that back. Air compressor, and also along with his pump lines, because both inside tires on this tractor have fluid, and it's that non-corrosive fluid called Rim Guard. We actually switched almost all of our tractors over to that product here several years ago, and it's a whole lot better than the old calcium chloride. It is a little bit more expensive right up front. However, with the Rim Guard, you do not have to worry about it rotting and eating out the valve stems and rotting out this bottom part right here around the valve stem, eating out the rim. Like I say, it's just, it don't corrode, it don't rust, it works great. And or the core housing, it'll eat them core housings out, that calcium stuff. And so, like I say, the Rim Guard has worked great for us. And so like I say, his pump lines, his air compressor lines, they all feed off the left-hand side. And so I'm guessing what he'll do is he'll just pull in the shed over there, Then just kind of pull right up here on an angle, kind of angling over here toward that bobcat, and just feed off the left-hand side and work on the tractor. But once he gets here, we can find out what's going on. And then, well, once we get done with this tractor, we're going to be switching over to the Alice Chalmers 8070. It's getting some new tires also. And so I'll be showing that one later on. But hey, that's a wrap up on this tire video. And if that made you tired watching this, well, guess what? The video started up here, it went all the way around, and now it's time to shut it back down. So I guess you could say the circle is complete. So anyway, hey, take care. We'll catch you next time.